Hello, welcome to i-nastava. This is an English lesson for the third grade of high school. My name is Livija Pribanić, and I will be your teacher in the lesson on Fancy a Game of Chess. Learning outcomes for our lesson today are to paraphrase arguments and to simulate a radio report. And now, please prepare your notebook and a pen or pencil. Just as a reminder, whenever you see the pause button, it is the time to pause the video lesson and do a task. Don't forget, you can pause the lesson at any point you want as well. So if you are ready, we can start with the first activity. Just as the title of our lesson suggests, today we will talk about chess, the famous board game. Now please open your notebooks and draw this table in your notebooks. Divide the page into 3 columns, K, W, and L. The K column stands for know, W for want to know, and L for learned. So pause the lesson now and copy the table into your notebooks. And now is the time to fill in the first column, the know column. You can add words, expressions, full sentences, or short notes in this column. All you know about chess. Pause the lesson and fill in the first column. Maybe you have written some of these expressions into your first column. Board game, black and white pieces, 16 pieces, 6 types of pieces. Maybe you have also mentioned some famous players, and that is all okay. Well done. Now, all that was written on the previous slide is actually basic knowledge about chess. Is there anything you would like to know? Now, please pause the lesson and fill out the second column. What do you want to know about chess? You have filled out the second column as well. So let's see if we will answer some of your questions from the second column in this video lesson. Here is a simple question to start with. So what do you think? Is chess a sport? Pause the lesson and write your thoughts into your notebooks. If you answer yes, why is chess a sport? If you answer no, please write the explanation for that as well. When you finish, please come back. Now let's see, what does a professional think? Here is a link to a blog. You can click on the link underneath the lesson, or you can scan the QR code. It will take you to a blog. Your task is to skim the text and find the answer to the question, is chess considered a sport? According to the text, chess is a sport. I hope you have managed to skim through the arguments as well, because we will use the arguments in our next task. In the text, there are 5 arguments why chess is considered a sport. Your task is to read through the arguments again and paraphrase them. In your sentences, in the ones you will paraphrase, please use the following words: regard, strain, practice, rival or rivalry, and exercise and discipline. Before you start writing your paraphrased sentences, here are some tips. Read the text carefully. It is an imperative to understand the whole text. While reading, underline the key words in the sentences. Then choose synonyms or change the word order. Then please put the original text aside and write your sentences using synonyms or using another expressions that convey the same meaning. Don't forget, the meaning must be the same. Whenever you paraphrase something, please state the reference or name the source. Now you are ready to do the task. Read the 5 arguments and paraphrase them. Good luck with this activity. Don't forget to pause the video lesson. In one of the arguments why chess is considered a sport, the author mentions rules and the etiquette. So let's see if and to what extent you are familiar with the etiquette. Here you will find several sentences. There are words missing. The words are offered. But there are some extra words, 2 of them, that you won't be needing in this exercise. Now read the sentences carefully and choose the word you think best fits the gap. Pause the lesson, copy the sentences into your notebooks and do the task. Don't forget to come back as we will check the answers together. Here are the answers. Every game must begin and end with the players shaking hands. Between the 2 handshakes, no talking is permitted. Never do anything to distract other players, especially your opponent. Never gloat over a victory. And never comment on a game that is in progress. Well done! You can see the source here at the bottom. You can visit this web page and find many other useful and interesting facts about chess, but here on this web page you can also find guides on how to start playing chess. So when you have some free time, check the web page. Maybe take up a new sport. The author of the blog that we used in the Reading 1 activity is Damian Lemos, an Argentinian chess player. Now we will learn more about Damian. Here is a bit.ly link and a QR code, and it will take you to a web page where you will find a lot of useful pieces of information on Damian and the tournaments and all the games that he has played so far. You are going to use those pieces of information for your final task. Imagine you are a reporter for a local radio station. You are going to follow a chess tournament, and Damian is a special guest. Your task is to introduce Damian's career to your listeners. You will prepare a 3-minute speech. In your speech, you will introduce the player, provide some basic information. You will then choose 5 statistical data that you found on the web page. You will present those data, plus you will give your opinion as a reporter on what kind of a player Damian is. On the web page, you will find a lot of numbers. And here are some useful expressions. So do not use percentage. Try to explain it. So 73% is nearly 3/4. 51% is just over a half. 49%, for example, is just under a half. So do not rely on the numbers themselves in your speech. Put yourself in the shoes of your listeners. Would you like to hear so many numbers in a radio report? Right? That wouldn't be a pleasant experience. So use the numbers to make the report more interesting. Choose the statistical data that you find very interesting and present them to your listeners. Never forget who your audience is. You can use this checklist as well to prepare your speech according to the requirements of the task. Once you tick all the boxes, your speech is ready. You can send it to your teacher. And before we finish our lesson today, it's time to fill out the third column of our KWL table. So what have you learned in this lesson? Pause the video lesson, fill in the third column. This is all for today. Thank you for being with us, and until the next time, bye.